Hey guys, it's your boy LeonJames coming to you from the world of KR. In this video, I want to kind of pick up where we left off in the last video. I did forget to mention a couple of things, so I wanted to actually start off by kind of finishing up here in Orville and then getting into some more stuff in the game. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is Talisha and the central neighborhood. Okay, there are a lot of things here that you can actually farm. It does cost rubies, and when you get her, there is a discount on how much. It's actually a 20% discount, so you'll actually be able to um, do this for 160 rubies instead of 200 rubies. Okay, but you can get everything from ether to gold, exp potions, uh, magic powder, and runes. Okay, now I will tell you that starting off, probably one of the better things to be doing here would be powder, runes, and gold. Um, the reason why I say the runes is because I'm on day 17 of the account and I'm still struggling to get some runes. So I'll probably be using those 200 rubies that you see right there, and I will be getting myself some runes. Um, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about are events. Events will be located somewhere near the center of Orville. Another place that you can find them is here, and you can actually see where all of the events are. It will actually tell you how long you have on each of the events, and then it will show you whether or not you've completed them or not. There's also a couple of events that's going on right now. One of them is the King's Raid Bingo event. As you see here, you have to consume stamina to get bingo keys, and you'll actually be able to clear this out. The more times you do that, the more stuff that you get. It also has some pretty good uh, rewards there as well. So that'll actually get you going. These are actually important. The one that's actually going on in the center of Orville right now, the Lack Rack Enhancement Lab Challenge. The max reward is an instant A2, but let's face it, your odds of getting an A2 in this event are, well, worse than finding a proverbial needle in a haystack. You'd have better odds at finding that needle than you would getting that instant A2. So one of the things that people are doing is they're actually just going for the protection of the kingdoms and then going from there. So those are the couple of things that I wanted to go over. Another thing is this don't procrastinate. You actually get points for completing daily missions, and then you can go on from there. Just make sure that when you're doing this event that you're getting the 3 soul stones first, and then kind of working your way from right to left. All right. Now let's get into the fun stuff. So here at the top of the screen, you can actually see your level. You can also change your name. When you first start the game, you have a U dash and then a crap ton of numbers. One of the places that you can change that is here. You get one for free, and then after that you have to spend 1,000 rubies to change your name. So you basically just hit this change here on next to the ID box, and you'll be able to do that as well. You can also change your avatar depending upon who you have for heroes, and then you can also add a little radar, and it'll follow you around the screen. Next, you have this clock here, and this actually tells you where all your buffs are, okay, or what you have currently for buffs. All right. Now, one of the ones that I want to bring to your attention is this class buff. All right. This actually gives you additional stats to your heroes that aren't on your stat sheet. And when I say stat sheet, this is what I'm talking about over here. All right. This is what's called the stat sheet. All right. And you guys will actually be able to see where your heroes are at. And I'll go over more in depth about this when we get into gear and hero builds and all of that, so you can actually see why things are the way that they are, and you can actually see that different heroes have different stats, and that's just because they need a very specific build in order to maximize their potential. All right. So the class buff, uh, basically for knights, you always want to go HP because they're the front of the line. They don't need attack, but they need to be able to survive. Everyone else wants attack. Okay. So if you can't find your class buff or don't see the class buff up there, another place that you can get it is by hitting those three lines in the upper right hand corner, clicking on class buff, and then you can add here, and then it will pop up here. Okay, so that's something that you can do to help you out with that as well. Now, I do want to get into the core of your team, or the main four heroes when you first start the game. Now, you notice that when you first start out, you get Roy, you get Cleo, you get Cassell, you get Frey, and those are the four heroes that you start off with. And then after you clear chapter 1, you get Claws. Now, what you need to do, as I mentioned in the first video, is you need to choose a side, be it physical or magic. Okay. Now you can see the red with the knife up here in the left hand corner. That says that they're physical, and then what looks like a snowflake indicates that they are magic. Now you will see that I have a mixture of physical and magical heroes on my team. Now, one of them is Erze. You get her from the Hall of Heroes, and you get that before you can start the Tower of Ordeals. Once you complete the mission, you'll be able to do Tower of Ordeals, and then you'll be able to get stuff so you can start to enhance your heroes. Now, after you've chosen a side, whether it's magic or physical, then it's time to choose a DPS. Now, a lot of people will ask, well, what's the difference between magic and physical? Well, magic has a better utility. They're a lot easier to use at the start of the game. And, a lot of magic heroes will carry you far into the game. Now, physical has an easy start, and they're a little better, late game when you get into the later parts of the game. Now, my main account is a magic account, okay, but this account is a physical account, and both of my damage dealers are assassins. Okay, on my main account, it's Laudia. On this account, it is Erze. Okay, now you will see that my Erze, she is invested even though my account is only 17 days old. All right, the reason being is because I focused my account to build Erze first. Okay, you want to build your DPS first. The reason why you want to do that is because they're going to carry you later on in the game. So as you get into chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10, uh, the rebellion, not X the final. But when you get into the later chapters and start getting into different content within the game, you're going to need a strong DPS to carry you. Okay, we like to call that a hard carry. All right, it's because they're going to do a lot of the work for you. The stronger your DPS, the easier it's going to be for you to get through uh, that content. All right, now after you've chosen a DPS, and one of the ways that you can do that is you can go over here to NA, and it will actually show you all the heroes. Okay. Now, for magic, there are a lot of DPSs. Okay. One of which is Epis. Then you have Pavel. He's more of a PvP. Then you have Aisha. Arch, he's actually really solid now. Louisia, Ezekiel, Laudia, Kurz is a solid DPS. Theo, if you want to meme, Uria is really solid right now. She's also a PvP nightmare. Ophelia, she's fallen off. Shamila is more PvP. Siri is really good. My Laudia. And then you have Artemia, Marianne, Kara. She is best in slot for GC1 and World Boss 1. Esker is actually good. He's kind of fallen off, and one of the reasons is because it takes him so long to ramp up. Kabira is PvP. Zera is extremely solid. Burnham and Zilda, they're special cases, but Gremory is probably right now one of the best all-around magic damage dealers in the game, especially when it comes to her own trial. Sky Trial, she can clear 10 with no issue. Also, with Gremory, she can clear TM raids. She's really, really solid. She can clear Little Shack, Big Shack. She's really, really good. Now, two other heroes that I want to mention are Rahit and Rapine. They call them the twins because in the show that they did. Uh, these two here, they decided to bring them into the game. And the one downfall that I will say about these two is that Rapine is absolutely broken, busted. She's great in a lot of content, especially if it's single target content, but she needs reheat because the S2 that both of them have, it works off of each other. So if you have one but not the other, you're going to be hard pressed. Okay. Now, Reheat can be built tanky, so you could use him as a tank, but you don't get them until you've cleared uh, chapter 10.1. All right. So they're actually later on in the game, and then you move into your NPCs. Now, and then it finishes off with Lucicio and Isaiah. Lucicio is actually a really solid magic DPS. Talisha is pretty good, and Isaiah is absolutely broken in PvP, and she is used as a tank in GC3, and she's just really, really good there. Uh, Now, on the physical side of things, we're going to work this thing backwards. Heinous, as I mentioned, how to get her and acquire her and all of that. But she is one of the top three DPSs in GC3, Valkazar, and she's really, really good. Now, Gladi, he's good. Not only in TM raids, but also in the arena. Rebel Claws, he is absolutely broken in World Boss 3. They actually had to nerf World Boss 3 because a lot of people were just destroying World Boss 3 with this guy. And also, he can do Trial of Earth and all three TM raids with little to absolutely no issue whatsoever. Keep coming back. You've got Chase, Panzerone, and Cecilia. All three of them are great picks. Chase, his S2, once you click it, you just forget it because the guy just goes on an absolute tear. Okay. Panzerone, she's good in a lot of content. She can clear Sky Trial. She's also good in Galgoria and a lot of other content. But there are a couple of places where she doesn't do so great. Cecilia, she's solid in single target bosses. She also will do GC2. She's actually second best there now. She was number one there for a long time, but after Cassell's buff, she actually had to take a back seat to the OG. You know what I mean? So then you've got Nia. Uh, you can use her to clear Sky Trial. Someone actually memed Sky Trial 10 with her. Did really well. She's also great as a support. One of I think the only support assassin that there is in the entire game. So you can actually use her as a DPS or a support, which actually makes it really nice, especially if you're building like a Chase or a Rebel Claws or a Cassell, and Cecilia Panzer, in the other slots. So you actually have her as a support in the assassin slot, when on the physical side of things. Now, if you're building Erze, Gladi's really good in Galgoria, but you need to actually have his soul weapon, and it needs to be heavily invested. Then Scarlet, she's actually diabolical in PvP. Lilia, she has probably one of the best bursts in the game right now. Her build is rather specific and very unique, but if you get it down, she is a beast. Crow, he's good. He one-shots a lot of content. The only thing is, it takes a little bit for his uh, S3 to build up. So a lot of people uh, only use him in certain content, Galgoria, certain TM raids and the like. Rakina, she's okay. Zafir, he's pretty solid. Let's see who else. Mitra, one of the he's like second or third right now, if I remember correctly, when it comes to World Boss 2. Nyx is cancer in PvP. There are a lot of things that you can do to kind of work around him and Miruru, but Fluss, one of the fastest heroes in the game, hands down. his his ability to just strike at lightning speed makes him very dangerous in PvP, and he's decent in PvE also. PvE is player versus everything. PvP is player versus player. Let's see. Reyna, she is fast as well. And her S1 is practically spammable. So, with that being said, she's actually really good. She'll help you to get, really far in the game rather quickly. Celine, she's another single target DPS. She's had some strong showings in GC2 as well as some other single target content. And a lot of people use Lackrack, but that's just something that you have to like. Me, I went with Erze because I've always wanted to build her, and after her buff, she is absolutely nuts. Another one that people overlook is Gao on the physical side of things. He's actually a great support. He's a budget support, which means you don't need to, have a lot of investment into him. And he's actually really good and really solid with his kits and different things that his kit offers that makes him viable in a lot of the end game content. Even though starts off as a 2-star hero, it's just really, really good when he is built and even just a little bit. Now, if you wanted to use him as a DPS until you get something later on, that is definitely an option as well. But there are better picks. Now, OG Cassell, he is nuts, broken, absolutely busted right now. And I'm actually looking to build him as my second DPS when I go into Galgoria raid. Now, another really nice thing that I like about this game is the fact that you can actually click on their picture, go over here to skill info, and you can use them out before you start to uh, purchase them, buy them, what have you, and you can just go through and see if you like them. If you don't like them, then well, you can exit and try someone else. So this actually makes it really nice. It's one of the features that this game has that I've noticed that a lot of other games don't have, which is actually pretty cool. Also, too, you can check out their skills, get some different animations going, whatever you want to do. So once you've chosen your DPS, you need to choose your supports. Now, Claus, he is really good support for either magic or physical, just to kind of get you going, get those, first, 5 or 6 chapters cleared so you can start to open up other content. The reason I say that is because his S2 light, his S4 light increases all damage, and it's not specific to physical or magic. All right, which makes it kind of nice. All right. Also, too, his unique treasure increases all damage. All right, so it's not specific to just physical, even though he's a physical hero. Now, I will tell you, if you decide to go magic, all right, because you like one of those heroes a little better, you're going to want to get Jane or Neuraxis. The reason I say Jane is because she has an amp that is just absolutely nuts. Okay, if you go here, it engraves a mark on all enemies for 30 seconds and deals continuous damage, and enemies engraved with the mark take 25% increased magic damage. All right, this effect increases by 20% upon every use. This effect can be stacked up to a max of 5 times, and it's irremovable. So once you hit that button the 5th time, you're at max stacks. Now, she has a perk, all right, a Transcendence perk, which is what damn, that's a which is what these are. Okay, now Jane's S2 Lite, it increases it to 250%, okay, for 10 seconds. All right, it reduces the amount of time that it's up, but the amount that it gives you is just stupid. Absolutely stupid. Okay. But the cool thing is it's only a 6 second cooldown. So it's always up. All right. Neuraxis will actually help you with survivability. He also has uh, a perk, his T5 Dark, which is down here. That will actually give you defense and offense. So he's going to help to keep your backside alive. So it really depends on what you want. If you're struggling to, stay alive, maybe Neuraxis is the way to go. But I will tell you that claws will definitely get you there until you can get Jane built up enough so that way you can use her properly. Also, she's hard as hell to kill. Reason being is because you have to drain her HP bar not once, but twice. Okay, so she'll actually work in a pinch, especially if she gets down. Uh, like, for instance, on my main, she actually goes down to where she buries herself in her casket, but that's long enough so that way my supports can get their skills off, and then I don't have any issue there on out. Frey, starting out, will actually get the job done for you all the way through chapter 10 with no issues until you can get Fallen Frey and get her built up. And Estelle, last but not least, is who you want on either team. The reason I say that is because her kit is absolutely loaded and her treasure reduces the cooldown by her second skill, or S2, uh, by 6 seconds and increases damage dealt to bosses by 6% at max. All right, this will go to 15%. So that's actually really good. So, guys, that is the breakdown of your core. All right, your main four. All right, you want to pick a side, you want to choose a DPS, and then you want to get those supports going. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can go to the special shop. All right, go to package. I'm just going to claim these just because I don't want to forget. All right, you go to welcome back, beginner, and you get yourself a 5-star hero ticket for 3,000 rubies. All right, and you'll be able to pick, especially if you're magic, you'll be able to get your tank, be it Jane or Neuraxis. Or you can choose a different support. We'll go into options later on. Okay. But like I said, you want to get those supports down and you want to get your 4 built first. Then after that, you want to focus your weapons, your treasures, all of that stuff to your DPS to get them built up and to get them built up quickly. By day, it was like 12 or 13, I had my Erze at a 5-star weapon and close to a 4-star. I think it was like a 3-star unique treasure. And then I just said, screw it, and went to a 4-star. I'll eventually get her to a 5-star, but you know, I'm running low on. Actually, I don't have any treasures, so there it is. Well, guys, that's it for now. And as always, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have any questions, all right, and you're looking to, uh, for something specific, make sure to ask, and we'll go over it and see what we can do to help you guys out. But that's all for now. Until next time, this is LeonJames out.